Breaking, the Los Angeles County coroner now says the death toll from the California wildfires has reached 11. This says curfews are now in place in Los Angeles County to prevent looting. Earlier today, Los Angeles District Attorney Nathan Hochman gave this warning.
If it is determined that there is a man-made and intentional setting of any of the fires involved in this situation, the people who committed this arson will be arrested, they will be prosecuted, and they will be punished to the full extent of the law. Looting is a despicable crime. For the people who've already been arrested, please know that this is not going to end well. And I'm sending this warning message out again. If you want to take and go ahead and take advantage of people who have tragically suffered enormous losses in this county, the District Attorney's Office, working with law enforcement, will make sure you are arrested, you are prosecuted, and you are maximally punished.
Los Angeles DA Nathan Hochman joins me. Good evening, sir. Can you give me some idea of what kind of looting you're seeing, in what capacity, how widespread it is?
So they've arrested over 20 individuals so far who've engaged in looting, and the reports are coming in, unfortunately, rapid fire, that there are people in various neighborhoods who are either casing the neighborhoods or who have attempted to engage in this type of either looting, burglary, robbery, grand theft, and assorted crimes. We have sent out a warning. We'll repeat that warning, that this is not the day and age where there'll be a slap on the wrist or that we're going to pretend you didn't commit these crimes. You will be arrested for these crimes. You will be prosecuted, and you will be punished to the full extent of the law.
What about bond for these crimes? I mean, it's like, they have a right to bond, but I tell you, is that a lot of times, you just take off after things like this. And as you said in the press conference, it is despicable, but they've got a right to bond. So how do you intend to handle that?
So in California, there are certain crimes that are called cite and release crimes. It means effectively the police officers write you a speeding ticket for a crime. Looting is not one of those crimes. In looting, the individual will have to be taken to a magistrate. The magistrate will then assess whether or not that person's a danger to the community or a flight risk. And where appropriate, they will measure the bail and the bail amount that they'll be held against on that risk assessment. So that's what we anticipate happening for all the people who get arrested for either looting, burglary, or various types of robbery.
Is looting a specific crime, or is it theft basically? And we use the term looting. In California, is looting a specific crime with a specific penalty?
Once an emergency area has been designated by the governor or the county, it actually triggers the looting statute. The looting statute, though, doesn't ironically have as much teeth as your ordinary grand theft or burglary statutes do. So the looting statute, however, cannot be a cite and release statute. So we anticipate that if these people are caught and arrested for looting, the full panoply of crimes that can be assessed against them will.
All right, curfews used as an effort to sort of mitigate the opportunity for looting. What time is the curfew, and what happens if you violate the curfew?
So if you violate the curfew, that is a misdemeanor, and the sheriff has said that they are going to engage in a zero tolerance policy for people who violate the curfew. The curfew is in place from 6 p.m. tonight to 6 a.m. in the fire designated areas in which people have been mandatorily evacuated. And the idea is that the government is going to compel you to leave your house, that they're going to protect that house. And they're going to protect, one of the forms of protection is to institute a curfew to make sure that only people who are affiliated with firefighting, the police, or disasters are allowed in that area and no one else. So the sheriff is very crystal clear that if you want to go ahead and violate the curfew in these areas, his instructions to his officers are for you to be arrested.
Nathan Hochman, District Attorney in Los Angeles. Thank you, sir, for joining me. I hope you come back, and good luck. You got a big job ahead of you, and it's not an easy one. Thank you, sir. People think news just happens. It doesn't. It happens because there's someone there to capture the moment, to explain it and share it. That's my job. I go where news breaks and give you the facts. Join me for the record on Newsmax.